kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Going left side, and he's got Donnell. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Manning to throw on second down. This is Donnell with a grab. A very solid gain of 27.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now it's Jennings. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Rashad Jennings in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites the team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, and now the ball comes out. Manning lost it.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing is Manning. He's got Cruz complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
On first and 10. Here's Manning. It's complete. The tight end to Nell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. His throw incomplete. Well, Charles, last week we did some fantasy draft talk, and we've got more drafts coming up this week. The Madden draft on September.
Follow this throughout the year and see how you're doing.
You're going to laugh at me.
You know you've gone into the Shark Tank here. All right, some big-time players. But a little bit I know about it, I know you've got to start with a runner, right? Is it the
big fella? And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The return comes from Orleans Darquan. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Quick look around the league while we have a second. Week 3 of the preseason. Few interesting games. A lot of people like to talk about Week 3. Houston and Arizona was one that caught your eye, wasn't it?
A battle of division champs in 2015. And Arizona went to Houston to play. And Carson Palmer, let's face it, when we talk about the Cardinals, they'll probably go as far as Carson can take them. And he had a rough game. Ended up having to get out of it early after taking a big hit and threw an interception that was returned for a touchdown. But how about Houston? Remember when DeAndre Hopkins was so happy on draft night when they drafted Will Fuller to take some pressure off of him? That showed up in a big way in this game, didn't it? Hopkins made some great catches, big-time moves, but a big one by Fuller opening up space. And it looks like Houston, they've got a winner on offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come out in the pistol. This is Jennings. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock?
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. It's picked up by the... And now nothing but green ahead of him. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And this is back to a 5-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And there's a flag on the play. And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
Throwing on first down is Manning. He'll buy some time right. Cruz has it over the middle. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it'll be first down Giants.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Jennings. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Now Manning throwing on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Here we go. 1, 9.
Here's Prescott. And here's the first NFL reception for the rookie Ezekiel Elliott. Call it a 1-yard gain of the play, and that'll make this a second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now Prescott. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defense and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Fresh set of downs here. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
They go play action for Jennings. Now Manning. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And now another one thrown incomplete. Larry Donnell, the one he was trying to get it to. And it'll be fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Brown able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Really excellent job there of just going up and getting it.
Brandon, I'm a defender. I shouldn't be this excited, but what a play by the receiver downfield to elevate and make the catch.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush. rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Throwing is Manning. It's caught. Shepard. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. Over the middle here to Donnell. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Going left side, and he's got Donnell. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They go play action for Jennings. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Play action, Manning. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. He's back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know, they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Manning looking to throw it. Oh, no, he lost the football. Unfortunately, and now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a fumble on 2nd down. They're able to maintain possession. Brings up 3rd. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One receiver left, two to the right. They'll go for it. It's Manning. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. 26 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Dallas first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone.
And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion. So they'll look to convert that and then hold on here in the final minute to force overtime.
And let's check the nerves of not just the guy kicking the ball, but how about the snapper and the holder as well.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw, and it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Here's Jennings on the toss. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Let's see what the offense comes with here, 2nd and 8. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Manning to throw. Out on the right, this is Cruz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now out come the Giants. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
They go play action for Jennings. Now Manning. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Hitchens coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Brad Wing now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. That's pulled in at the 32. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And Beasley with it over the middle. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here's Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5.
Again, it's Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. On the run, Dunbar. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And you know, Charles, this is going to be such a tough one to swallow for the losing side. You go into overtime, just can't get it done.
You always believe you're going to win the game. You always think it's going to be yours. And then to have it snatched away or to give it away. A tough, tough loss. Tough one for them to recover from.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women